Hi lovers, today I am here for the men, so you better buckle up. You're welcome to Eve's Desire by Tiwa Says, and I am your pleasure coach. Okay, so I said I'm here for the men today, and yes, I am, because the topic I'm going to be talking about today is aftercare. I'm sure you're asking, what is that? You have come again. You have come again. What's aftercare? I know that you know about foreplay. You know about foreplay, but you don't know about 4K. Abi aftercare. You should know about aftercare. Aftercare is any activity or interaction that happens after sexual intercourse. I've been told that you men, you know how to remove clothes, but you don't know how to put it back. You know how to remove everything, but to put back, you cannot do that. So today I'm going to be teaching you, or letting you know why aftercare is important, and then the type of aftercare that you should do. So I know that when you want to when a man wants to have sex with a woman, his body is always up there and he's gingered, and he's everything, wants to do everything and all that, and then you're ready to even tear the clothes off the woman and everything. But then what happens after the sex is done? Some of you just turn the other side and they just start snoring. In fact, immediately you climb down like this, or is it climb down, or they climb down from you, whichever one. Immediately you are done with that, you are just turning your back and then you are snoring. No, it should not be like that. There should be aftercare. And I'm not saying that, okay, well, it's only the men that should be doing aftercare, because I can see some of you looking at me that, okay, maybe it's two people that enjoy the thing. Why is it one person that is doing aftercare? Well, aftercare is, the woman can also do aftercare, but it is mostly the men, it's the men that I'm talking about. It's the men I'm coming for today, because like I said, most of the time is the men that undress the women. I'm not saying that a woman cannot undress herself, or there's anything wrong in doing that. Of course not, because like I just mentioned, it's a mutually benefiting experience, so we both enjoy it. It's not that, okay, it's just the man. And sometimes the woman too takes off her clothing and then the man takes off, but most of the time it's that man that will take off that clothing. It's him that will remove that bra. It's him that will do everything. So as you know how to do that, and nobody taught you that one. If they taught you, well, they should teach you aftercare. So today I'm going to be talking about some aftercare that you should be doing. So when the deed is done, you should not just turn your back and then just start snoring. You should cuddle. Cuddle, hold the woman, hold her close. And then you can even go ahead and talk about, just talk, and sometimes you can even ask how the experience was for her. It's even a time to bond, to, okay, how did you like that? Okay, what did you do? What did I do that you didn't like? Or how would you like me to do it better, and all that? So let her know that, she's appreciated. She's not just an object of your passion, that she's seen. You are seeing her as a person just like yourself, not just as a sex toy or something like that. So you should talk to her. You should hold her close. You should hug her. You should pet her. You should ask her, like I said, talk to her, ask her, okay, how was that? How do you like that? And then also tell her how you enjoyed the experience yourself, how it was for you, how you love to do that with her, and then how you are looking forward to the next episode and all that. Just what you should tell your woman. But this is not me saying that you should flat out, and I'm not saying you should start lying, because Tiwa said you should do aftercare. Now you not be lying. I didn't say you to lie. But just be honest, and just make the woman feel special. Don't just make her feel like an object. Okay, another thing that you can do is water. That one is even very important. You should hydrate. As much as you should give your woman water, you should also hydrate yourself. So when you even want to indulge, it is a good thing for you to have water by your side even before you start or anything, so that when you are done, you can refresh yourself and also refresh your woman. So it could be the right time for you to ask, oh, would you like some water? Or without even asking, just go and get water. Get water for your woman. Another thing that you can also do to as a form of aftercare to make your woman feel special is to clean her up, or clean up together. So when you are done with the do, you can both go to the bathroom and then clean up together, or you clean up. You can even, get a face towel, whatever you use to clean up. But if you're going to be using a face towel, tissue or something, that's just a temporary measure. Maybe while you're on the bed and you still want to hang a bit, you still want to relax on the bed before going into the shower, so you can use your tissue, you can use your face towel to clean her up and all that, and also clean yourself up, of course. And then when you're done, whether talking and all that, then you can go to the bathroom together and you can shower together, and even while you are doing that, you can clean her up like that. So it just shows a form of care, that you care, and that, like I said, she's not an object, she's somebody that you see, she's somebody that you care about, and then you care about her well-being, you care about the body that you are enjoying, and then the person herself. So it is important that you do these things. Okay, and you can even go ahead to all the lovey-doveys, because I know that there are some men who are romantic, even though some of the ones that are looking at me now as if, what is she saying? I know you are not romantic, but you should be. Learn this romance. Romance is good. Women like romance. No women like romance, so you should give it to them. And if you are giving it to your woman like that, if you are romantic and doing all that, well, you won't even have a problem. All this one that they'll be telling you have a headache, they will be telling you have a headache, they will be telling you I'm not in the mood and all that, they will even be the one coming to you. So you can go right ahead after you guys shower, maybe give her your t-shirt, your loose t-shirt to wear. I think some women like that. Well, women like that, can wearing your man's t-shirt and wearing your man's boxers. So you can give her clothing to wear. Just give her your clothing, even if if it's just for a while, so that while you're still together and talking about that, let her wear that so that she can smell you. Some women like that. They just like to have their smell, your smell on them. So it's a form of aftercare. And of course, food is also good. After that, everybody's hungry. You are hungry, I'm hungry. So it wouldn't be a bad idea for you to enter the kitchen and cook for your woman. It's not an impossible thing. And if you can't cook, you can order, So you've emptied the bowl, you should fill it back. So you should refresh. So as much as you are refreshing yourself, you should also refresh your woman. All these things is just for the purpose of aftercare and for the purpose of showing your woman that you care. And trust me, it is very important, because as I'm saying like this, some people are looking at me like, okay, you're just saying your own. But let me let you know that aftercare is just as important as foreplay. As foreplay is important in sex, that you have to do foreplay, you can't just go in and jump in and jump out. You have to do foreplay. You also have to do aftercare. It's an important part of the experience, so don't trivialize it. You should go and try it, and then you come back and tell me that Tiwa said you're right. Know that I'm always right, I know. Okay, so I'm going to be giving you some of the reasons why you should indulge in aftercare. Okay, so the first one is emotional connection. Of course, if you are doing that, if you just had a sexual experience and then you're holding your woman close, you're talking and all that, you're connecting emotionally, and then that makes it helps with the bonding, and it also helps with vulnerability, because so as you are doing that, the person, like I said, she feels seen and she feels cared for and she feels loved. She doesn't feel like an object. So it's even an opportunity for her to open up to you. It might not even be about the sexual experience. It might just be something else entirely different. But because she's already in that state, and then you are showing that you care, I'm here and all that. So she's even able to now discuss other things with you, or open up to you about other things. And it could also be about sex, that okay, maybe it could be the right time for her to say, okay, I would like this, or you guys can even talk about, do you have kinks, do you have fetishes, and then you can talk about that, because there is a connection going on. It's not just, you've had the experience and everybody is taking their side of the bed. No, you are still connecting, so it's easier to be able to talk about other things, and be vulnerable with each other. And then there's also the I've talked about being vulnerable. There's also the physical comfort, like I said, like when you are done and then you go and take a shower together, or you put on loose clothing together, and then you are just together like that. It's quite comforting, as against you just finishing and then going to sleeping and then snoring. Not even just sleeping and then snoring, and like that's just it. That's it. You have done it and that's it, and you're sleeping. And then by the time you wake up, it's like, oh yeah, everybody's getting dressed and blah blah blah. No, no, no. There's no connection that, and that usually even breaks the flow, that the woman will feel like, oh, it's just about it. And that's when they now say it's transactional, because you are not even putting effort to make this woman feel like, oh, she's wanted, she's loved. As much as, like I said to you, it's both ways, but we are talking about the men today. So why you should do aftercare? For emotional bonding, for vulnerability, for your woman to be vulnerable with you, both of you to be vulnerable together, for you to be able to talk together, and then for trust, because when you are vulnerable that way, if you are together that way, and then you are able to talk about other things, she begins to trust you, she begins to open up to you, because like I said, she feels seen, she feels cared for, she feels loved. So the trust begins to build, and then it helps the relationship to grow stronger. And like I said, it also helps to bring up other matters, because when you are feeling vulnerable, you are vulnerable with someone, then you are able to be vulnerable with someone, and then you are trusting the person. Of course, you are able to tell the person more things, talk about things that don't even involve the sex, or things that are bothering you, or things that you've been wanting to share with somebody else, whether something troubling you or advice on something. You are able to share it with your partner, because you have seen that, okay, your partner can be trusted, because your partner has your best interest at heart. So those are some of the reasons why you should engage in aftercare, and I've given you some of the ways that you can do aftercare. You hug your partner, you hold her close, you talk to your partner, you clean your partner up, and then you shower together, you give your partner, you hydrate your partner, give her food, give her water, just generally make her feel safe and loved. And I'm going to reiterate it again, aftercare is just as important as foreplay. So don't trivialize it, just go and try it. Because I've gotten a lot of feedback that men are not, and then sometimes it's not that you're even doing it intentionally, because they say if you know better, you do better. So let me not come for you and say, but after now, if you are still doing it, then I'm going to come for you. But then maybe you didn't know before now, but now that you know that aftercare is just as important as foreplay, or it's just as important as the sex itself, so go and try it, and then you come back and give me a feedback. You let me know what your partner said. Don't just use my tips and then run away, and don't be like the 10 lepers that is the only one that came back. Make sure you come back and tell me in the comment section. And if you are shy to put it in the comment section, you can send me a WhatsApp message, or you can send me an email and let me know how these tips worked for you. Okay, so don't forget to share this video. If you are watching alone, share it to your friends that will need it, especially the men. Share it to the men, and also click the like button, and also subscribe so that you get notifications when I come out with new videos like this one. And follow us on all our social media handles in our bio, and I'll see you next time.